Today's video has tons of inspiration for you, ready for fall and with a cottage style. So let's get started. All right, for this DIY, we are going to take this piece of wood that I get at the hardware store. If you follow me for a while now, you know that I love going to the hardware store and getting pieces of wood in the scrap wood area. This is the area where customers go, get a piece of wood cut to whatever size they want, and then whatever is left over, they don't feel like taking it, so they leave it there, and I get them for 25 cents. Now this piece here was the way that it was not cut, it was already this size. So I am going to pretty much give it one coat, a pretty heavy one coat of Rust-Oleum chalk paint in the linen white, and then let it dry. While that's drying, I am going to take this Hello Fall wooden words, and I am going to, these are from Hobby Lobby. I am going to remove the jute twine and fill in the little holes with some wood filler, scrape it off so that it is smooth, and then we're going to start to paint it. Originally, I thought I would do the entire thing one color, and then I thought, you know what? Let's add some multiple colors here. I started with this nice, beautiful blue from Artisa. However, it's a little bit too translucent for my vision. My vision was to have a little bit more of a cottage blue. So anyways, nonetheless, I'm just going to show you the process because it is a beautiful blue. It almost stained the wood instead of painting the blue, which is beautiful, but I think it had more of a summer tone to it. So I did take some of this blue. This is Coastal Blue by Rust-Oleum chalk paint, and this did the trick. As a matter of fact, I think it worked out perfect having both colors because that lighter blue kind of came through and it turned out really cute. Then the bottom one, I am going to use another Artisa color. This is one of they're like more like a fall color, it's an amber color, and I'm just going to paint the fall with that color and then let it fully dry. Now I am going to take this fabric that I recently got at Hobby Lobby. They have some beautiful selections, and this was 40% off, and I got a yard, and I'm going to cut a piece. I don't know, it was about 10 inches. It was just long enough to cover one side, and then I cut it about 10 inches wide, give or take. I am now going to spread it on the left side of the board, covering one side, and I am going to hot glue it as well as staple it. I'm going to take a quick second here and ask that if you are enjoying this video so far, to give me a thumbs up. A thumbs up on my videos really help my video reach more people, and it helps my channel grow. So I would really appreciate it if you did. Once I had that in place, it's time to take some of this ticking stripe fabric. I also got a Hobby Lobby, but it was more in the summertime. I'm going to cut a piece here. This one is about 4 inches, and again, just long enough to go around the back. I'm going to staple it in place right in the center of the yellow fabric. I am then going to take the Hello Fall, and I am going to place it to the right side of the fabric and brad nail it in place with 1/2-inch brad nails. That way it'll stay in place and we're done. I love this sign, guys. I can't believe I actually love these colors for fall this year. I don't know why. I've just been into these like yellow tones and blues, and I just really love the way this one turned out. Beautiful. All right, so don't laugh here, okay? But this is one of these funeral homes, little vases. You know what I'm talking about. You've seen them. My mom found two of them in the trash on the side of the road. She literally grabbed them and brought them to me. So yes, I disinfected them with some disinfecting wipes and got them really, really clean. And now I'm just going to start painting it using that same Coastal Blue by Rust-Oleum chalk paint. The first coat was kind of sloppy because it is a very slick surface. So I did do one coat, and then the second coat, I'm not going to show you, but the second coat I actually dabbed it instead of brushing it. So instead of like swiping brush, I just dabbed it and it worked out better. So this is after two coats here, and now I'm going to distress this so that some of those white details start popping, because this vase has a lot of texture, and by wiping it with a wet cloth, I'm using the wet distressing technique here, I'm just going to start removing some of the paint, and that way some of those details will pop nicely. I am now going to take some of this floral foam from the Dollar Tree, and I am going to hot glue it all the way inside to the bottom and just fill in all the corners, because we're going to make a beautiful fall arrangement, and I want to make sure that I have floral foam in every side. I'm going to use a combination of different florals. This is going to be florals from Dollar Tree, florals from Hobby Lobby, and florals from Walmart. It's just whatever I had on hand, for the exception of the Hobby Lobby florals that I'll show you here in a minute. This moss is from Dollar Tree. I love the fact that it had green as well as brown moss, and I think it was perfect for fall. However, you couldn't even see it anyways because I filled it up with flowers, but nonetheless, it's in there and it looks pretty. I'm going to take some of these little, they're like full little, oh, what do you call it? They're just dried leaves, and I'm just going to start sticking them in everywhere, as well as some faux dried corn stalks that I have had since last year. And I'm going to start with these because they are the taller ones, thinner ones, and I just want to put these in first. And then some of those ones, they're right in the center. And then I'm going to start adding some of the Hobby Lobby flowers that I recently got. These are beautiful. I actually got them in these kind of like orangey tones, as well as the beige, as well as a burgundy. Oh, I'm so in love. But today I'm only going to use 3 of this one because I just want to keep the yellowish, bluish kind of tone here. So then after that, I started adding some of these orange flowers from the Dollar Tree. I just used one pick and then cut off all the little branches, and I'm just going to place them everywhere until I see it nicely even everywhere. Then I'm going to take some of these little faux leather pumpkins from Hobby Lobby, and I'm going to use a skewer stick, and I'm going to hot glue the tip and then stick it right on the bottom because they are cotton. They have like cotton inside. And I'm just going to stick them in there, and I'm going to do 3. And I'm going to spread them nicely, you know, maybe 1 in each side and then 1 towards the front. But look how cute this looks. I can't believe this was in the trash, and I have another one that I can do something with, maybe for Christmas. I'm excited, but I think it turned out beautiful. For this next DIY, we are going to cover this decorative pillow. This pillow was on my bed, in my bedroom for a while, and it's had better days. It has a hole on one side, and it's just not the way. It doesn't look pretty. So we are going to give it a fall cottage look here. We're going to take more of that yellow fabric. Don't mind the wonderful cut. I can't believe I cut that so uneven. Anyways, you won't be able to see it. Now I am going to, so this is only going to cover one side of the pillow, like half the pillow. And I am going to make basically a pocket for one side of the pillow. And I'm going to hot glue 2 sides, leaving one of the larger sides open. And that's going to be where I'm going to slide one side of the pillow. I am then going to I'm actually going to flip it inside out so you see what I'm talking about. It's just a little pocket. So then I'm going to take some drop cloth. Now, you know, if you follow me again, you know that I love working with drop cloth. It has a very natural muted tones that I love, and the texture. So I'm going to do the same thing here, and I'm just going to cut enough fabric and hot glue 2 ends until I have another pocket. I cut out the word autumn with my Cricut using some stencil vinyl. By the way, I have this stencil vinyl in my Amazon store if you're interested. I really love it for stenciling. And I also have a lot of my supplies and tools and paint that I love from Amazon in my Amazon store, which is linked down below. So I transferred it to the bottom side of the drop cloth, and now I am stenciling it with a makeup sponge as well as that same coastal blue from Rust-Oleum chalk paint. I'm just going to stencil the whole thing, not looking for perfection because I do like a little bit of distressed look, and then it'll be done. And now it's time to get the pillow inside the cover. So we're going to start with the yellow one. It's kind of snug, but that's good. I like making my pillowcases just a little bit smaller than the pillow. That way it fits nicely and they're not going to be too big on them. And then we're going to do the other one as well, overlapping the yellow. And I think this pillow turned out so stinking cute. I love the texture. I love the colors. And what a great way to reuse a pillow that just had better days. But I just love the way it turned out. For this next DIY, we are going to start with this Dollar Tree gourd. It is beautiful. However, I am going to give it a new look. I am going to paint it just one coat of the coastal blue chalk paint and from Rust-Oleum, and then I am going to start. It's going to be like a little stack of pumpkins. As you can see, I did take a dowel and stick it right in the middle, and then I'm going to use one of the Dollar Tree floral foams so that it dries. So this is going to take another one of those little tiny faux leather pumpkins from Hobby Lobby, and I'm going to cut a little bit of that ticking stripe fabric, and we're going to wrap it using hot glue. Now this took a little bit because this tiny little pumpkin, it was hard to cover it up, but using some glue and just all 10 of my fingers, I got it to be covered.
It's 2 a.m. and I can't fall asleep 'cause I'm not tired. I'm thinking about the days we used to shine when we were young. I told you that
I am now going to take this little white pumpkin that came as inside a pick from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to reuse the little tiny stem that the faux leather pumpkin had, and I'm going to hot glue it to the top. And now we're going to stack everything, hot gluing it in place and creating a little pumpkin stack. Now the Rust-Oleum chalk paint looks like it's still wet, but I promise you it's not. I don't know what was going on with the paint. I don't know if there was something on the actual pumpkin that made it look this way, but it was dry. I mean, my fingers were not getting painted. The white surface was not getting painted. So I don't know. I kind of like it. I enjoy seeing things that are not perfect, but I have no clue why it looked still like it was wet. But we're going to start using some Dollar Tree berries and some Dollar Tree little decorative florals here to add a little bit of something to the pumpkin stack. I tried hot gluing that. You see how it keeps sticking up? I kept pushing it down. It kept coming back up. So in a little bit, I'll show you what I did to keep it down. So here it is. I'm going to bend one of those little wires from the berries, and I'm just going to stick it right onto the foam pumpkin, and that made it stick. And then I realized that it was kind of long, so I cut off a lot of the little brown berries that you see there, and you're gonna see how I hot glue it to the top, and it worked out really well. And we're just about done. Look how beautiful this little stack of pumpkin looks. Just a great addition to the vignette that I have created with the sign, the floor arrangement, the pillow. I just think this really finishes it off. But look how cute, even with the multi-tone blue on the pumpkin. I think it turned out super cute. But let me know what you think. Which one is your favorite? Would you go with these kind of colors? Is it too much for you? Let me know in the comments. But look how cute this vignette looks. Love it. If you are visiting for the first time, I hope you enjoy the video and I hope you consider joining our YouTube family. If you are returning, thank you so much for coming back. You know that I appreciate every minute you spend here with me. I am going to have a playlist here with tons more of inspiration for you. Check it out. I'll see you later and have a blessed day. Bye.